So we're currently on our way to Shanghai. Sorry, I said that wrong. So we're currently in Shanghai. We're on our way to the airport. We just got to Hongqiao Airport. So we had a couple of very nice days in Shanghai. If you want to learn more about those Shanghai days, you can watch the previous vlog. But currently we're actually right now arriving at Hongqiao Airport. We're about to head back to Hong Kong. Times have been tough, people. Very tough. It's okay, we can still work. This is probably the millionth time you've heard this, but it's always so nice to get back to Hong Kong. Just here at the taxi stand, waiting for my taxi. Huh? We're not the only ones waiting. It's very busy today. How did you sleep, bro? Good?
Very good.
Yeah, so did I. It's 12 by now. I just had a quick call. I got 2 more calls lined up, and then Wojtek and I are finally gonna get a haircut because I've been wanting to get a haircut for the last 2-3 weeks and I just didn't get to it. So we're finally getting a haircut. Then after that we're gonna hit the gym. We're gonna drop some film rolls, and I'll show you guys how I always shoot those vintage photos because I use a film camera and then I get those developed, so I'll show you and take you guys through that as well. And then I really want to take it easy tonight. Do you want to do dinner somewhere?
Yeah, or I can cook something here.
Oh, you're gonna cook?
Yeah, and then I will show everyone my cooking skills, you know.
Okay then. Wow, now we'll see. We'll either go out for dinner or
Let's see.
we'll eat something in together. So yeah, got a few more calls lined up and then we're gonna head out. Alright guys, we're going to drop off the film rolls now at our go-to store in Hong Kong. What's the name actually? Oh yeah, Showa. Showa. We get our cameras there, we get our film rolls developed there. It's very cheap and very fast. So yeah. If you develop your film in whatever, let's say Europe or something, it takes
Ages.
a week.
Ages. It takes a week.
Get it the same day.
It takes a week and they charge you like 25 euros. Here, it's done within 2 hours and it costs you less than 8 euros. I think I may have put a new one into it. I don't know.
More, and then
Stacking up on the film rolls, eh?
yeah. How much is like one whole set?
All of your Instagram pics are made out of this rolls, man.
Yeah.
650.
650. All right, let's do both of these.
Oh, sure.
All right, so for everyone that's wondering why my photos always look very vintage, it's because we always shoot them on these. So if you're in Hong Kong and if you want to get vintage film cameras, how do I pronounce your store? It's Showa, right? Showa.
Yes.
Showa.
Yeah.
You come to Showa. They're very fast when producing the actual film itself, as well as they have the cameras right there. So the one I'm using is this one, Olympus Stylus something. That's like the one I've usually been just rolling with. But I mean, there's a bunch of cameras and they can consult you better. I'm just doing, I don't know, like I just shoot photos and...
You're just the bigger customer, the biggest customer here, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, thank you very much.
Am I?
I scan your photo all the time because sometimes I spend time scanning inside.
Yeah.
So
Really?
I recognize.
Yeah.
We're going back to vlogging, guys. And let me know on what I can improve. For sure my storytelling, that I know for sure. I will try to improve on that for you guys. Daniel is giving me shit for not talking properly.
I literally always tell Wojtek, because every now and then I just point the camera at him and he just starts to choke in his own words.
Bro, sometimes I just have so much to say, but then when you point the camera at me, I just freeze.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have that. But I wanted to say that I'm very happy to be back in Hong Kong, that it's always so good to come back here after being away for a little bit. didn't get to make it on time to the appointment for a haircut. So we're just gonna go for a workout now and then just get some work in. And we'll get a haircut tomorrow. Today, you know, we've had a pretty slow start. We just got back from China. And the thing is, guys, if you have a day where you work, let's say, 3 or 4 hours with extreme focus, a very clear to-do, and you just power through those to-dos, it's worth so much more than having like a full day of 10 hours of work without focus, jumping in between tasks and just not getting shit done. So it's like, you can really beat yourself up about wanting to work 50 hours a week or like 100 hours a week, which I've done a lot, but it's not always about the amount of hours, it's more about the impact. So one thing that I always use, it's a scale, effort and impact. That's the scale I always refer to when executing tasks. With very little effort but very high impact, that's the stuff you should focus on. And a lot of people focus on lots of effort with very little impact, which is what you have to avoid at all costs. So, right guys, we've been crushing out this leg and shoulder workout today. After this workout, we'll head back home, crush out some more work, and we'll have a dinner with the team in the evening. So it's actually really nice. So my assistant is coming along as well, a few of our team members, and then Wojtek and I. Just picked up some groceries at Feather and Bone. I got some Wagyu picanha steak and 2 bags of 500 gram of minced, grass-fed minced beef. Yeah, people, like what you put in your body is so important, because whenever I'm working, I always tend to just focus on nothing else but work and I forget to eat. So reminding myself of how important it is what I eat, and especially when I have people around me, they always remind me, because it's literally such a bad pattern that I always fall back into. I can be very bad when it comes to eating. So just managed to fill up the fridge. My fridge was completely empty because we've been out of Hong Kong for a while now, and finally sticking to some really good routine in terms of food. So it's about 10 p.m. right now. Wojtek is spinning up some dinner. And today was a bit of a hectic day, and I've been receiving some feedback from everyone watching that I always say that I'm busy, but I don't necessarily talk about what I've been busy with. Now, today we bumped into a problem where we noticed that things were breaking down. Now, this is a good thing and a bad thing, because one, you're aware of how to improve the business, but two, you also have to do problem solving, or better said, crisis management, because things were just not flowing. I had a really tough conversation with Wojtek about this, because he's been passed on the responsibility of building this entire CRM, or better said, upgrading our CRM to make sure that we can keep up with the current flow of inbound. And just for those watching that don't know, a CRM is a customer relationship management system where you track all of the data for all of your customers. So whenever there's new inbound leads coming in of people that are interested to work with you, to the extent of active clients that are already working with you and that, you know, has a detailed client profile in itself. So every customer has a detailed client profile. And now we're dealing with 150 plus sales call a month currently, which is good volume, but we really noticed that there was a lot of data leaks. So what I mean by that is that as our team is growing and as there's more people involved in all of these processes, it is extremely important to make sure that data is stored properly and that everyone has access to it. Because if that's not the case, it's inefficient, you are losing time, and team members are not efficient, meaning that they make hours with very little output or very little impact, which is obviously as a business costing you more money. So right now we are using Notion. We noticed that at this scale that we're growing, this simply wasn't sustainable, and most importantly, Notion is just very flexible, and that leaves a lot of room for error. So currently I'm taking ownership of this and restructuring everything. We're doing this in Airtable, which is the first time of you know, me actually using this, but we've heard a lot of good things. So just trying this out, setting all of this up, and for all of the customer facing stuff, which we already have in place, we use Tally, which I'm a big fan of. A lot of people use Typeform as well, but I prefer Tally, where we capture customers' data and that is automatically sent to our actual CRM, where the team can jump in and just manage all of the statuses and all the actions that need to be done based on each and every single status. So gonna give that a few more minutes of my time. As I said, Wojtek's spinning up some dinner, we'll have food, and then we're gonna try and get some sleep. It's gonna hopefully be an early one today,
and then we'll try and see if we can wake up around 5 a.m. So see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, people. It is currently 4 a.m. and I'm just gonna do a bit of journaling as well as write down exactly what I want to get done today, and we're gonna get right to it. New York City in 1940. Alright, it's 7:30 a.m. right now. I got my journaling in, I've got my meditation in, and I've finished what I started last night, which is setting up the entire CRM and restructuring everything. So the team is ready to take over now. I've done majority of the groundwork. Wojtek and I are gonna go for a run right now. We had a beautiful sunrise this morning. The weather seemed to be really good, so it's gonna get some sun and get our morning run in. And then after that we have, let me just look at my calendar. We're gonna get a haircut. I have an appointment with a business partner of mine, and then towards the end of the day I'm just gonna go back home because I have a bunch of calls, and then later tonight we have a dinner planned at La Vache, which is a nice steakhouse here in Hong Kong. So
Easy. So it's almost 8 a.m. Wojtek and I are gonna go on a run now. Gonna do a bit of an intense run. Instead of running down the mountain, we're gonna run up the mountain. So it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah. We work to work, you late to work, I holla and they send it. You know my pride was colder than Chicago in December.
So I've been getting a lot of questions since my last video about self-doubt and how I deal with that. Let's shine through some talks about self-doubts and talks that I have with myself every now and then. And the thing is, guys, I notice myself having self-doubt or doubting, you know, that I am the person who I claim I am to be when I don't put in the work. When I don't put in the actions, simply to myself, but to everyone else watching, prove that I am the person who I claim to be. So with a day like this, waking up at 4 a.m., got my meditation in to align, fight those thoughts, make sure that I'm in sync, get my journaling in to write down what I've been thinking, what I don't want to think, and then proving it to myself by putting in some physical work and mental work. And I can tell you, this run is both. So we're almost there. We're gonna grab some breakfast, and then we're gonna get back to work.
My man. I think it has never been this hot during a run here.
Let's take a dive in the sea, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah. Good luck in Korea, bro. Let me know if there's anything I can help with, man. Yeah. I'm meeting with Justin in Austin today. Cool. I'm here, bro. So is Wojtek. So hi to YouTube, bro. So Wojtek and I are having some breakfast now. It's what time is it?
9.
It's 9 a.m. right now. We really did a good job today at a tech in the day. Yeah. There's no better feeling than starting my days like these.
Ho ho! Can you guys see that? Can you see that? Hey, Wojtek, can you see
what?
that?
See what?
That fresh trim! We finally got a haircut. Thank you, man. Thanks. We finally got a haircut. And we're just about to pull up at the Shangri-La here in Hong Kong because we're about to have lunch with one of my business partners and a good friend of his who's just signed a deal with the big OG Jay-Z, which is really cool. So I can't wait to hear about it. And we're not gonna bring our camera. We're gonna enjoy this lunch. We literally just got here.
How was the lunch?
It was very good. We've made some really cool plans, which everyone will find out about very soon. Right now we're gonna go home. And guess what?
Go
Guess
back to
what we're
work.
gonna do? Guess what?
Go back to work.
Trabajo. Trabajo con mi amigo.
Alright people, so we finally pulled the trigger on the date for the event in Barcelona. It's going to be the 3rd of August and I cannot wait to meet all of you in person. So I'm about to announce it on my Instagram stories. I've already released this into a school community that I've just had, which we've been actually, there's a lot of activity that has happened. I've never really mentioned it on the channel before. I believe in last week's video I might have mentioned it, but yeah, we're gonna properly announce this. I really want to do something very nice along the lines of talking about the content creation of everything that I've been doing so far, as well as the actual business, like my own business, but also just like business in general and how, what my perspective is on where things are headed, and obviously, try and help out where I can. But most importantly, put a bunch of people with the same interest in one room and have all of them connect, because that is something that I, really missed when I started my journey, or when I was, figuring things out. So for me to do that and put that together would really mean a lot to me. So we're about to announce it, and just did the final checks with the team. They prepared all of the automations and the onboarding forms and the details and you name it. So everything is set up, about to announce it, and then I'm gonna head to bed because it's currently, it is 7:30. And I woke up at 4 a.m. today, so I'm gonna try and see if I can stick to this rhythm. Really liked waking up this early, so yeah, I'm gonna put out the story now and then hit the hay. So we finally pulled the trigger on the date of the Barcelona meetup, or better said, the event, and it's gonna be on the 3rd of August, where we'll be covering some of the content creation that I've been doing for the last few months, my business as well as just business in general, and most importantly, put a lot of people with similar interests in the same room to connect, because that was definitely something that I missed when I started out as, an entrepreneur, and I just really would love to see all of you, and putting that together would really mean a lot to me. So for those that are interested, DM me the word event. It's going to be in Barcelona in August on the 3rd, and I cannot wait to see you guys. So let me know. 12:22 right now. And I was supposed to wake up pretty early, but I ended up sleeping 13 hours. And it's been like one of those days where I know when this happens, my body just needed it, because I slept through my alarm, which I rarely do. I'm such a light sleeper, and I really got in 13 hours of sleep, which as I said, my body needed it. So currently gonna hit the gym with Wojtek. Just quick up and down to the gym, and then we'll get back here and we'll be working and eating in tonight. So gonna hit the gym now.
I guess I got my swagger back. New watch alert.
So I was just saying to Wojtek, show the view. If that view does not inspire you, I don't know what's wrong with you. That like on average, one apartment, one level, one unit costs $1 million US. Every time I look at that skyline, not to mention that the skyline you just saw in itself is really one of a kind, because it gives you And as someone who's lived everywhere, and when I say everywhere, from Africa to the US to all over Europe to all over Asia, that skyline is so unique because you get the green, you get the blue waters, and you get the blue skies, as well as like the actual concrete jungle, biggest financial district vibe of just one skyline. And every time I look at it, that's why I love Hong Kong, because it's always pushed me outside of my comfort zone. And for everyone watching, I know there's so many people that aspire to make the most out of life. We all are given one life. Why the fuck not try and make the most of it? Putting yourself in these positions where you look at a skyline like that, and I realize that I am nothing. I am far from where I need to be, and so far away from, you know, like I've said this in a video before, there's people that had an idea, whatever, they were out on a walk, they had nothing, not a single euro to their name, nothing. No one knew them, they had no one working for them, they had an idea. And they started executing until the point where they now own a building. They employ an entire building of people working on that same idea that one person had. That's what I'm doing, and I'm trying to document it, and I'm trying to make you feel what I'm feeling. So yeah, got my feels there.
那你除了德语说的什么其他的语言？
目前就是3个了。
3个呀 ，OK。那我真的很高兴认识你啊！你现在在台湾在哪个城市？
我在台北。
台北哦，我上一次去台湾我也去过台北。大老板
Yeah? Can I help with anything? Okay, so they're starting to pick up volume today.
Yeah, they will start to pick up the volume today.
Alright, got it. Okay.
So it's about midnight right now, about to head to bed. I just checked and we've got about 200 people that signed up to come to the Barcelona meetup, which is really crazy. Like midnight, heading off to bed now, and another day tomorrow.
Good morning. It's one of those days where you realize that when you're back into that routine, especially when you're filming content, because you're so aware of everything that you do, is that it's so repetitive. We wake up, we align on what we want to do, we hit the gym, and we work, and we eat, and we sleep. But yeah, again, that is just the way it is, and that's what we're all for, just showing you guys what it's like. But we do have something special happening today. We have a few team members that are coming in from Guangzhou, so we're gonna meet them, we're gonna head out for dinner, and then yeah.
70.000!
Ik mis je wel, man. Ik kom rond eind deze maand kom ik terug naar Nederland.
Good morning, good afternoon. We got too many time zones to cover now. The foundation we're setting in stone now is allowing us to grow and keep up with the growth that we're expecting. So yeah, just I'm very happy about how things are going right now, and let's take a look at the numbers, because that is one big improvement that I just want to kick this one off with. We are able to, each and every single day almost, we're able to measure things better and better, which is allowing us to internally as an entire company create feedback loops for each and every single thing we're doing and measure in order to manage.
Too tight of a deadline because like it really depends on the back end as well, and
good stuff, bro. Killer update, bro. Very nice. So the call I just had was our weekly responsibility update, and for those that don't know, because I've been actually seeing a lot of people in the comments telling me like, what does this guy actually do? We run a pretty big infrastructure of companies. Now the heart, the source of what I am doing is a fulfillment business where we help e-commerce brands to basically ship from China to well over 60 countries, meaning that brands actually get to have much better cash flow cycles because you don't have to deal with the sea freight, which is often 1 to 2 months. So you will unlock much more cash flow. On top of that, you can expand internationally. You can ship to over 60 plus countries. And it's also extremely competitive in terms of pricing, if not in majority of the cases, even cheaper than, you know, expanding locally. And on top of that, the US has something that's called Section 321, where goods below $800 are completely exempted from import duties, FAT, and a few other costs that you would usually have to bear when inbounding your actual goods to your local 3PL. So that makes it extremely interesting for brands to consider fulfillment from China. So now that you know, and I'll make sure that I keep repeating this pattern because I'm sure there's going to be new people that will, discover my channel, and it's a recurring pattern. So I'll make sure to every now and then always just highlight what we do and what it actually is and how I make my money. So the call I just had was a responsibility update, and I've been in a stage in my business where you can really wing a lot of stuff. You can wing your finances, you don't have to track much, you can just create a WhatsApp group chat and just make sure that everyone's in there, or a few Slack channels, and really get away with that. But at the size we are currently growing, and most importantly, where you have departments, if you really want to grow, you have to pass on ownership. You have to trust people to take care of certain things, and ideally take care of it much better than how you would do it yourself. That's really where you will see a lot of growth for you as a person as well as your business. So in the responsibility update, we basically cover all the departments from tech to China operations to customer facing operations to finance to just like a general update as a company, and just like improvements and all of that, marketing, and did I miss anything? Anyway, so yeah, that's the meeting we just had. It's always extremely nice to see the team during a call like this and get everyone's update and just see that everyone's on top of what they're what the responsibility they're carrying. So we have a few of those team members coming in from Guangzhou tonight, so we'll be having dinner with them all together, and really looking forward to that. So
Whoa. Let me sit up straight, man.
you're sitting in the big boss's chair, huh?
Yeah, man.
Alright, so Wojtek just finished up a few calls, and I've gone through majority of the things that I had to do. There's still a few things outstanding. I wish we got more than 24 hours a day, but we're about to head out for dinner, so all of that. And I'm gonna ask everyone that's coming to shoot their own POV of coming to the event. I know I've said this before, girls, but you gotta deal with it. Your boss is a YouTuber.
Yeah,
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
Food blogger.
How's the food?
10 out of 10. It's good.
Alright people, so we're currently in Bangkok. This place is called Sim City, and this is where I get majority of my camera equipment. So, elephant in the room, what cameras are we using?
Yeah. Nigga that got spoiled off these fucking PJs. It's not like I'm too good at fly commercial. That shit just, it's a hassle at this point, you know what I mean? Yeah. At 100 degrees, I freeze the temp. Got my grip and I never proceed to slip. Feel the weight like I just had my Caesar clip. Got a family to feed.
Until I was 21, I spent majority of that time in China itself. From there, I kind of pivoted very naturally into helping people with anything that was, kind of like within the realm of China. Dus ik heb hem gewoon even uitgelegd en zo wat mijn achtergrond in tech is. Ik heb hem uitgelegd wat we aan het bouwen zijn en weet ik het allemaal. Alright, even kijken welke rollen we nog meer even moeten definen. Crazy day, people. And I'm about to take you through it. So, behind me right there, I have a chessboard. And what I'm about to explain to you is how business works. The game we're all playing. So one of the things that I've been working on and spending a lot of time on making sure that we're ready for this is the mid game. And when you play chess, and if you don't know, I'll explain it to you. You have an opening, you have the mid game, and you have the end game. Now, within business, the opening, the most crucial part, which is often the hardest,
because you have no idea, you have no context, you have no information to work with, is similar to starting a new business where you have to put in an insane amount of hours, you have to validate, you have to wear multiple hats, you have to just really work around the clock to validate and get the thing from 0 to 1. Now, with our main business, with EcomFlow, the fulfillment business, we're doing multiple 6 figures. Like, we've gone from 0 to 1. Like, we're currently in our mid game. Now, when being in mid game, you've validated your ideas, you're cash flow positive, things are running, you're scaling pretty quickly. But to get to that next level, running, you know, multiple 7 figures of profit a month, and that is something that I haven't done before, you have to go through that stage in some way. And you have 2 options. You either try and figure out yourself, spend 2-3 years just really struggling and keep wearing multiple hats and finding really good people, buy expertise because you're cash flow positive to slowly start removing yourself from the business. Or you get the right people, skin in the game, that have already walked the talk and show them how it's done. That's currently what I'm preparing for. So with the business, we are really setting ourselves up for fundraising, not necessarily because of the money, but solely for strategic purposes, where we get the right people, skin in the game, to make sure that they can poach talent, they can place talent, and most importantly, show us how it's done to get from 1 to 100. And then you have the end game. Now, the reason I'm telling strategic investments is because the people that we want to have skin in the game should have people above them, people that consider our end game their mid game. So what that means is that at some point, our end game is going to be obviously selling the whole thing. And when you get the right people, skin in the game in the mid game, that's where you are able to work towards, because again, they know how to play it. They've already done it. They've analyzed multiple games, so they can really guide you towards the end game and just finish it off, checkmate, couple $100 million. So that is currently what we're preparing. We're gonna hire a really good CEO from a big company, and the 2 names we're gonna raise from 2 names, I'll go public with those once we get everything through. I don't want to jinx anything, but it seems pretty good. I'm very confident about everything. So once that's done, we're going to bring on a new CEO. I'm going to remove myself completely from the business, move to an advisory role, and really work more on marketing decisions, just overall general decisions, and focusing more on receiving and reading the reports and just steering from a higher level versus being really tied down within the business, giving me a lot of air just to breathe, so that I can have a really good ego overview. Now, the way that translates to actual actions is we have to really get our entire accounting and P&L sorted, just like super clear, which we already have. It's just giving the right people access, translate those into easy to digest numbers, predictions, and all of that. Then we're gonna create an actual financial model behind all of like our entire business. I honestly don't know exactly how to do that. I just know that we have the right people to help us do that with us, like big hedge fund, so they can really help us model the entire financial model behind our business. So that's something that I've been working on. And in the meantime, I'm still operating as the CEO, wearing multiple hats, and I'll take you through my day quickly, what that looked like. Hired 3 new people. We placed a new head of sales. We placed a new head of sourcing, and we also recruited a new operational manager that's based out of Malaysia. So onboarded them, did the whole start to end onboarding, emails, getting access to everything, the contracts, all of that, meeting with finance. What else did I do? So I planned all my travel. I will actually go to Bali this weekend just for a quick breather, and then I'll be back in Hong Kong. Also took care of a lot of stuff for the event in Barcelona. We're also working on the pitch deck for EcomFlow itself. I restructured our entire CRM a bit just to make sure that I can give the new people access into like separate departments. So we split sourcing, we split fulfillment and active clients. And yeah, I had a few meetings with my content team that is slowly getting up and running. So I'm excited to get that rolling as well. Take some more pressure off my plate, focusing more on creating instead of the actual execution. So yeah, really good day. About to cook myself some dinner, a few more coals, and then I will hit the hay.
What's good, bro?
What's up, bro? What's up? Sorry about that. Just moving some things around.
Nah, you're good, man. I was just about to go out on a run, but I thought I'd just quickly hop on with you. Until the 5th of August, I will be in Spain. 对，我知道，我已经跟你们说了，我们现在要看一下，我们是这么。
Good fly commercial, that shit just it's a hassle at this point, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Alright people, I had a really good day. I ended up having a bunch of back-to-back meetings and went back to my place and continued having calls with business partners, new team members, and a few like different departments within our company. And just now I decided to spend the weekend in Bali. And guys, I cannot tell you, and for everyone watching, I'm telling you to enjoy the fruits of your labor of like a life I've created for myself is the best feeling in the world. The fact that you're able to not think about anything and just make those decisions and decide that you would want to spend your weekend in a nice part in the world is something that I really need you to have sink in. You're a year or two away. Oh, my food just right. Give me a second. So yeah, 1 to 2 years of seated behind your desk is gonna give you this life. Having one focus is gonna change everything, and just enjoying the fruits of your labor, getting that freedom. I'm telling you guys, there's nothing better in the world. I'm changing people's lives and I have so much freedom, and most importantly, I enjoy what I do so much. And when I do feel like, whatever, spending $100 on sushi, like, it doesn't matter. When I want to, you know, be in a different part in the world tomorrow, I can do that. And there's just nothing better than having that freedom, having that flexibility of location freedom. It's everything. You know how I'm telling you guys, you don't understand how happy and how proud I am of, like, I'm telling you people, you do not understand how proud and how happy I am by the position I am in life. You know why? Because I earned it. I've given myself not a single reason to not feel like I've deserved all of this. And there's so much more to come. I don't know why, but like talking about this shit always, it's not easy. I don't know why, I don't know. Like this whole content shit, man. It gets easier, and everyone always tells me like it's so natural and all of that, but talking about how I feel right now it's not easy. But it is true. Like, I'm feeling on top of the fucking world because I deserve to feel like that. You know, so there's literally no other way to put it. So yeah, I'll be flying to Bali tomorrow. Oh yeah, so one thing guys, I did find a venue for Barcelona. The response has really been crazy. And what I'm gonna do in the coming few videos, I'll take you guys through how I'm gonna prepare like the whole event itself, and most importantly, like I wanna do a talk. I wanna share everything about the content creation, my vision around why I started doing all of this. I really wanna make sure that everyone who comes to the event leaves the event where it has to be something they'll never forget. That's like the goal, to make sure that this creates a fundamental impact on their career and gives some sort of a direction. That's like what I'm aiming to do. So yeah, I'm about to enjoy my sushi and do a bit more work, and then I'm gonna start packing my bags.
But then I had sushi yesterday. Good choice, good shot.
I had sushi yesterday as well. All right people, it's about 7:30 a.m. right now, and today is a special day because it's Ruben's birthday. I'm on my way to Bali. I was just whipping up a post on Instagram thinking what to write there. It's a photo of Ruben at like 7 a.m. or something. Probably because I needed to get him to fix some stuff. But yeah, Ruben, if you watch this, happy birthday, bro. You don't understand how much I appreciate you. The amount of things that we've built together, and the amount of times, you know, we've been jamming about how good my development skills are. Which you to this day still should give me credit for, bro. You really should. Anyway, happy birthday, my man. I can't wait to see you in Barcelona. But before Barcelona, I'll be in Bali. And in Bali, I'm just gonna spend some time to think stuff through. Yeah, to really just, you know, enjoy for a bit. Just relax a little bit.
And yeah.
I believe it's this exact same video where I'm literally saying how happy I'm back to be here, but there's been a bit of a plot twist because they didn't let me on the plane. Hi Leho. Yeah. Hey. Alright guys, so I'm on my way home, and the reason for that is because my and the reason for that is that my passport was full and I didn't realize, so they couldn't let me in. So I'm I'm on my way back home. Today was a little different than how I expected it to be, but I ended up having a really good day. Ate well, worked out, got a lot of work done, and I did manage to pull some strings, and tomorrow we'll be flying again to Indonesia, so I actually will still go. And that, guys, that made me think, you know, this is something that I apply to almost everything in my life. Life happens to all of us. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So many things happen, but the only thing that you can really control is how you respond to stuff. And that's it. So, not gonna lie, it was annoying that they literally didn't let me onto the flight, but in the end of the day, like, it's about how I responded, you know. Try to figure it out. I got it done. I picked my day back up, little change of plans, and I got a lot of stuff done. So bags are still packed, and close to 10 p.m. right now, so about to rock these shades again. And then yeah, going to Bali tomorrow. So yeah, that said, I'm gonna end the video here. We'll shoot some separate content in Bali itself. And yeah, just as usual, wanna, you know, thank you for being here. I cannot wait for the Barcelona event. That's gonna be really cool. There's a few other plans as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.